Aim to be a Pokemon Master, episode 11. Alright, yes, the last episode is here. And I'm a bit like, oh man, this is the end. I do wonder if it actually is the end. Like, I still think that they are probably gonna do like a movie for this as well. Like, the last thing we're gonna get with Ash. I believe it's gonna be a movie. But for a series, this is the end, episode 11. And yeah, this episode, man, it really needs to be super, super good if I'm gonna have any positive feelings towards Aim to be a Pokemon Master. Yeah, because I think they have fumbled this very hard. I've not been happy with anything they've done. I felt like these 11 episodes have mostly just been filler, but with maybe like 2 non-filler episodes, and overall maybe 3 or 4 good episodes. Well, probably 3 good episodes, and then just 2 non-filler episodes. So it's kind of like, oh man. And even the episodes that were good, I think they're good on their own. Like standalone episodes, if I didn't think about this being the last that we get of the Ash and Pikachu journey, they're good. But if you think about it in the context of what it actually is, context matters, it is terrible. We have not seen Ash. No loose ends have been, like some of the questions you might have had before. I was expecting this to really be like a look back on Ash's entire journey, and he would meet people that, maybe do some rebattlings with like important characters. He would spend time with his Pokemon, not just Pikachu, but all of his Pokemon. We will see more of his companions come back instead of just a bunch of Kanto wanking, which is, I felt like, this to me would have been okay if Ash won the Indigo League, and that was all there was. The Indigo and Kanto, Indigo and Kanto. I mean, Kanto and then the Indigo League. Because to me, this feels like it's just a bunch of Kanto wanking. And Kanto is one of the, I would say Kanto probably is like top 3 of all the Pokemon shows, but it's not the best. And it's not the only one. But, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully this is good. Please be good. Yeah, one thing I didn't notice was the fact that they have nerfed Misty's boob size. They've made it smaller, but they made her hips bigger. And I think that is mostly because of the art style. Oh. Alright, there we go, good. Psyduck gets its hug. He's like, please, give me an in with your sisters. Alright. Oh god, was that? No, that was Pikachu's voice. I was looking at Psyduck's mouth moving. Then I heard Pikachu's voice. I was like, wait, what? Alright, yeah. The last goodbyes to you two. Which doesn't really mean super much to me, since I've already gotten over the goodbyes with Brock and Misty, the first time it happened. Well, I guess for Brock, it was more along the line him going away in Diamond and Pearl. To me, it was more like, rather than in Orange Islands, since I do think it made sense in Orange Islands. Well, I guess it made sense in Diamond and Pearl as well, but I wasn't as emotionally distraught by it. And I do think it was good of Misty leaving after Johto. I thought it was a good thing. So my feelings of saying goodbye to those characters was kind of like, yeah, I'm fine with it. And I don't really have that emotional connection because this series have been very bad. And Brock and Misty hasn't really played that big of a part in it. They've been there, But their parts haven't really been important. I mean, I guess this would make you feel like emotional if you haven't watched the show since probably Johto. Then you might feel like, oh man. So maybe that is the whole thing about this 11. Now when I'm thinking about it, that's probably what this 11-part season is about. It's not for people who have watched Pokemon since Kanto all the way to, Galar. Even though they basically did nothing in Galar, but, like all of the series. It's mostly just for people who have watched Kanto and Johto and then abandoned it. And normally I skip this intro because there's not a new intro all the time. But it's the last one. And it's a good song. I mean, the song is good. I love that part. I wonder what they will do in the dub. I will probably rewatch, even though I don't really like this series. I'm probably gonna rewatch it when the English dub comes out. But until then, I'm not rewatching a single episode of this. She's like, oh, you're dirty. I mean, kind of like, man, this is what I wanted throughout this whole series. Ash, oh, good job, Pikachu. Yeah, be careful, you guys. Oh god. Oh well. Rest in peace, Ash. But I do feel like Ash is kind of like part steel type. That's why he's resistant to electric attacks. Alright. God, what are those pieces called? I mean, it's kind of like Ash's favorite food that his mom makes. But it has a specific name that I forgot. But it's like fried meat. I don't know. It's probably not meat in the show, but I don't think the show has really shown meat ever since like Gen 3 or 4. Okay. He's still thinking about them. You see, this whole season wasn't just filler. Latias and Latias. But that's cute. Hey, wait, I am? Okay, they're doing a bit of a retread of the first episode. Oh, new shoes. Oh, okay. At the very end, he's gonna have a new outfit. And then he's gonna go on a new adventure that we're not gonna see. Oh, hello. Tracy talks. I like Tracy. I think he has cool Pokemon. Venonat, Scyther, Marill. I wonder if they're gonna show... Come on, at least show your Scyther and Venonat as well. Come on. Okay, that's probably all we get. But at least we got a speaking role for Tracy. And Charmander's gone. I mean, this is a storyline we've seen a lot. When you meet everyone, which Pokemon is... Okay, Gengar. I mean, we get to see Gengar again. And Dragonite again. Okay, no, he actually has... Okay, this is good. Yeah, alright, I was gonna bitch and complain. Kind of like, come on, Ash, you're in your fucking... You're at Professor Oak's place. Show all your Pokemon. But okay, nice seeing, you know... I guess that maybe they have a little bit of clicks going on. Makes sense that the bird Pokemon would all be together, you know? I don't know if I saw Swallow now. I know I saw Unpheasant, Staraptor, and Talonflame. Out of all of those, I mean, Ash's Swallow is my favorite. But I tend to like the bird Pokemon. Like, not only in Ash's team, even though they do not get the time they deserve. Oh god. Well, you're a superhero now, Ash, so you're falling. It's fine. You've survived worse. Even if that rock would have crushed your balls. Alright, so like, loser. I knew how to get out all this time. No, he probably just was afraid. Needed a little bit of, you know, oh, I recognize, yeah, it's Gary Oak. Makes sense. Jesus, his voice. I must have completely forgotten his voice, or is it like a new voice? I mean, I have heard Japanese Gary before, but I don't remember it being that soft. So actually, I think I prefer the English one. I mean, is this a new voice from Journeys? Or maybe it's the same voice actress, but she maybe have lost a little bit of the ability to make a little bit of a more boyish, manlier voice. Because to me, if I just close my eyes and listen to that, that would be like 100% a female, I would think. I mean, almost on that Pikachu face. Like almost all young boy characters are voiced by women, because it's easier for women to make boy voices. But at least it sounds still like a boy. I don't know why that bothered me. Maybe it just took me out of the loop, since I've never actually thought. It felt like bad voice acting in a show that I don't think tend to have bad voice acting, at least on the Japanese side. The English side, I think, is a bit shaky. It's either good or bad. There's no in between. Eating some pasta, some spaghetti. Alright, there we go, with Moo. This is what I wanted through the entire show. Now, yeah, sure, we're just getting still images of Ash interacting with his Pokemon that are not Pikachu. But at least, oh, his Venonat evolved. Nice, good job, Tracy. And now Team Rocket headquarters, alright. They've rebuilt it. Oh, and Team Rocket have become... The Team Rocket trio has become... they're working at the cafeteria now. Okay. Are you guys gonna quit Team Rocket? It seems like, oh, they're doing this, it's not gonna be very fun. And are they planning on quitting, or are they maybe like the reason why they're not feeling that fine is because they still have some animosity towards each other, like they're gonna have to make up, and then what? Because I mean, yeah, sure, Team Rocket does very, very well when they're not trying to capture Pikachu. They tend to be really good at other stuff. I kind of still want... Oh, hello. I'm gonna try and capture it, Pikachu alone. It has to be Meowth. Alright, I'll be quiet. Sorry, you two. Alright, are we gonna get an actual send-off for Team Rocket? Because the Team Rocket episode itself was very bad. Even though that should have been, you know, it for Team Rocket. Oh, what do you think we're doing, Ash? We're capturing Pikachu. Alright. Man, I actually like that shot when Jesse and James went like that. Did they take your Pokemon? Or... Oh, okay, he left. Oh god. I know that sound. That is Pidgeot. Okay, so Pidgeot is back. Alright, that's cool. I like that. I don't like it because of Ash not having any Pokemon with him. But... yeah, seeing Pidgeot back, that's cool. Alright. He knows Wing Attack. So are you gonna get Pidgeot back? Or is it just gonna be that Pidgeot... No, let Pidgeot do it! Oh, come on. What the fuck is this? So Pidgeot only uses Wing Attack? And then Pikachu... No. Pidgeot should have used like Hurricane or something to send them off. Okay, no, that's trash. Actually, I'm kind of... Oh man, that's cool that Pidgeot is back. But then after that, it was absolute trash. Alright, there we go. Wobbuffet. You have Gourgeist and Servine? Is that what that... Carnivine, there we go. Yeah, Pidgeot and the and his flock. Alright, well that's good. Pidgeot is, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the flock is strong enough now. They don't need me anymore. Alright, well, that's nice. Like, I have no plans for the future, Mom. I'm just exploring. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Are they gonna use water gun? No, okay. They decide to just lay on their backs. That's good. That's cute. Maybe they were hiding. They were getting themselves in a defensive position because they don't know if Ash was trying to capture them. Then when they notice, okay, we're safe. Go back to sunbathe. Let's get out of here, Pikachu. It's a good thing I don't have the new clothes my mom wanted to give me, because they would have gotten dirty so fast. Yes, it will. At least for us. Our journey with Ash will be over soon. Should have been over after Diamond and Pearl, but this is good. Fine. Saying this is good, that's maybe a bit too generous. But it is fine. Oh, a Caterpie leading some Wurmples. Some Weedles. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know what? Being a champion wasn't really my goal. Now I want to be a Pokemon explorer. Yeah, Gary should have asked you that question at the start of the season, and he should have taken you the entire this season, all the 11 episodes, to figure out what being a Pokemon Master means. At the very end, you figured out, okay, that is what it is. We should not have gotten a bunch of filler. It should have been you reconnecting with your own Pokemon and the people you met before, and through that you will have remembered the memories of your exploration and be like, you know what, that is what actually made me very happy. You know, that is what I valued. The goal of becoming a champion was just something that basically pushed me to start exploring and traveling all over the world, meeting friends and Pokemon. Alright, some new shoes. Let's see. What? Okay, so it was just new shoes. Oh, that's terrible. Come on. He's basically had a new outfit all the time. And now he only has new shoes. I mean, okay, the Sakura blossoms, like the cherry blossoms, okay. I wonder what that would be in the Pokemon world. What type of, what would it be called? But, like, it's an orange blossom. Or a Pecha berry blossoms. And they're doing the stick test again. But this time, you're probably gonna go left. Where the stick actually pointed in the beginning, right? Yeah. So instead of Ash decided, let's go right instead. He's gonna go left. That is where fate wants you to go. I don't think I've heard this song before. And in the Pokédex, we're getting a bit of some scenes from this show. Or this season. So, as an individual episode, I would give it like a 6 out of 9. But as an end to this whole story, like, it feels empty. But not necessarily this episode. I would say this episode itself, if the other 10 episodes would have helped with this episode, led up to this episode, given this episode some meat to hold on to, you know, I would have been like, oh man, that's great. Then this probably would have been like an 8 out of 9, and I would have been like, you know what, this is a great ending. He meets Pidgeot again. He figures out what it actually means to be a Pokemon master to himself. You know, Team Rocket, I guess, are gonna just try and catch a Pikachu forever. And he's going on a new journey. With some new shoes. Okay. But it's still like, oh man, there's so much, you know, that are just being left behind. That they didn't try and resolve. Not necessarily need to resolve, but just put in the forefront. Like, I don't know, like, it feels so weird. It's kind of like the only two, like Kanto and Johto, and then I guess Journeys is the only thing that matters. Everything else is just thrown away. I mean, did we even get to see all of Ash's Pokemon? No. And even if just seeing all of Ash's Pokemon, like, it isn't enough. He should have spent time with them. Man, was this a terrible ending for Ash. I think that was horrific. And not necessarily just this episode, because I do think this episode by itself is pretty decent. It's okay. But, I mean, the whole thing about series is that they're connected, right? The episodes are connected, and they all make up the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is stained in shit. So it's kind of like, man. And the pieces aren't good to begin with. Like there's like a stained glass window with certain parts are like, oh man, those parts there are really good, but the things connecting them and the other parts, no, that's shit. That's just bad. So yeah, I mean, I will say I'm kind of glad we didn't get to see Ash's dad. That's one thing I was that I didn't want them to do, was just do a throwaway line of like, oh, your dad, blah, 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 blah. No. I think the fact that they haven't done anything with Ash's dad before, I think it just makes it that don't do it at all. You had an opportunity, if that's special, that you could have done, you didn't use it. So don't do it at all, and they didn't, so that's fine. And not even a mention of it, that's good. So it's kind of like this universe, Ash's dad, maybe he's a deadbeat, you know, like, maybe that's it. Like, he just isn't, you know, a good dad to Ash. So Ash is kind of like, you know what, I'm not gonna care about that, I'm gonna pay attention to it. Doesn't have anything to do with my life. Yeah, I mean, another thing I liked about the episode was actually Tracy. We got to see Tracy. And he got some speaking time. And he had evolved his Venomoth. And his Scyther actually does still look a bit rugged. So it's a good thing they made it, they kept the continuity that his Scyther is old. It's like an old Scyther, you know. Like it's a grandpa. And I think they did a good job getting that across with how it looks. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think it was pretty bad for Ash and Team Rocket. Like, as a goodbye to Ash and Team Rocket, thumbs down. So yeah, I mean, I guess the next Pokemon video I'm gonna do is gonna be a tier list on like which overall, like, do I think Kanto is the best? Do I think Hoenn? Do I think Johto? Unova? I'm gonna do something like that, you know. I'm gonna do this series tier list because I mean I've watched now every single episode like pretty recently as well. You know, I started in 2021. I decided I was gonna watch every single episode of Pokemon, and I've done it now. Like I watched in 2021. I watched from Kanto all the way to Journeys, and then in 2022 is when I started watching Journeys to now. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and what did you guys think? Are you guys happy with this as an end for Ash's journey? I'm not happy, but man, am I glad that we're finally getting rid of Ash and Pikachu. Like, man, this should have happened after Diamond and Pearl. I do think I mean I will say I have some hype for the new series because it's not Ash and Pikachu, so hopefully they can do some good stories, and maybe that will allow them to maybe switch out the protagonists every like 3 to 9 years, you know, and get some new interactions, and we'll see. Maybe the new trainer that we have, maybe she will actually give a fuck about her Pokemon that aren't Pikachu, you know? Maybe she'll care about Pokemon other than her starter. Not like Ash, who only cares about his starter Pokemon. Goodbye. Yeah, by the way, I think Ash is a terrible Pokemon trainer. Yeah, sure, he's a good battler, and he cares about wild Pokemon and all that. But I don't think he's a good Pokemon trainer, like a good guardian to his own Pokemon. He catches them, he uses them a little, and then he loads them off to Professor Oak. Terrible, Ash, terrible.